The Big Muff is one of the most iconic pedals ever made for bass. In fact, in one of my prior videos, I named the bass Big Muff Pi the GOAT of all bass pedals. But I'm reading your comments, and I'm buying the pedals that you all insist I try. And look what just arrived at the doorsteps, the Deluxe bass Big Muff.
It's beautiful. No tears.
Which promises way more tonal control and flexibility. So today, I'm shooting them out side by side to find out what really changes when they upgraded this pedal to this pedal, and if the Deluxe is worth upgrading to. If you're new here, I'm Savage Fridays. I play the bass guitar. I talk a lot about pedals and music gear and music production and other fun topics. If any of that sounds fun to you, please subscribe and I'll keep making these videos. Okay, let's get into it. Electro-Harmonix Big Muff versus Deluxe Big Muff. All right, let's get this guy open. I just love Electro-Harmonix's branding and everything. It's cool.
So cool. So cool. So cool.
Ooh, bubble wrap. So satisfying. Look at all these knobs. We have volume, we have blend, tone, sustain. Then there's this high pass filter and low pass filter. Gate. Here's an input reduction of 10 dB for active basses, and foot stompy buttons for crossover and bypass, which sound an awful lot like Electro-Harmonix stomps. Why can't you guys do clean stomps like Darkglass does? Oh God, it's so satisfying. Anyway, a lot more knobs compared to its predecessor, the bass Big Muff Pi. But this is gonna give a lot more tonal control. They're built to give the bass that massive, gritty wall of sound tone that defined everything from 70s rock forward through all types of metal. They both use the same fundamental Big Muff circuit, so in terms of raw distortion and character, they start from the same DNA. In my prior videos, I talked about the Electro-Harmonix Big Muff pedal history and how they got to this pedal and ultimately arrived later at this pedal. Here's a quick recap of the history of the Electro-Harmonix Big Muff pedal. The original pedals are from the 1960s. Those were called the triangles. They were manufactured by Electro-Harmonix right here in New York City. Well, fast forward, and Electro-Harmonix hit some financial struggles and outsources some of the manufacturing to a Russian company named Sovtek. And those pedals of the late 80s and 90s, the green Russians, those became legendary and favorited by bass players because of how they handled that low end. Around Y2K, Electro-Harmonix gets its financial footing and brings production back to the United States, to New York. And they start issuing new pedals and reissuing versions of pedals that they had put out prior with Sovtek and on their own. In 2008, they came out with the bass Big Muff Pi. And this was meant to recreate the legendary tone of the green Russians. Electro-Harmonix went on to expand this pedal with the Deluxe bass Big Muff Pi in 2013.
I love you all. Class dismissed.
The standard bass Big Muff Pi is really simple and stripped down. You've got the three knobs, volume, tone, and sustain. And this dry, normal, and bass boost switch, which lets you blend some of your clean bass signal back in. I happen to love the dry. That's it. Plug in, dial it in, and go. It's a one-trick pony. It's dead easy, and this sounds huge. The Deluxe bass Big Muff Pi, on the other hand, this is a very different beast. It's like the original on steroids. So this has a full blend control instead of just a dry switch. You can dial in the exact amount of clean versus fuzz. It has a gate to control and tame the noise and tighten up the fuzz. I'm very interested in that.
Open the gate right now!
There's a pad switch for active basses and a direct output for running a clean DI in parallel. Let's get into the demos on these so you can see for yourself. Okay, for today's demo, we're rocking the precision bass with round wound strings. Let's keep it standard to start, okay? Okay, that's clean. That's going right into the universal audio interface. No plugins. Well, I lied.
You're a liar.
It's going into a Shelford Neve channel strip with a little bit of compression on it. Silk mode blue, if that means anything to you. This is volume a little past 12 o'clock. Tone is up. Signal is dry. Sustain is 3/4 of the way up. 3 o'clock. I already hear the buzz from the fuzz that the other pedal will gate out. I'll show you that in a minute, but same riff. God, it's like so much. It's so startling. Taking volume up. I'm taking tone up. And blend, let's crank. Let's take sustain up. I'm gonna start with the low gate just to show you what I mean. There's some hum coming through. Hum. Now if I take this gate all the way up, look at that. The silence. And I'm just gonna crank the gate on this. Pin drop silent. Whoa, okay, let's pull the gate back a little bit. Now I want to hear these controls activated, the high and low pass filters. So, whoa! I'm going to take the crossover off and just get back to raw fuzz. Like the tone lower. How does this compare? The older Big Muff is sounding bigger. Okay.
It's massive.
Okay. How about normal? That's like a big bass boost, very low fuzz on it. The bass really poppy and percussive. I kind of like that. I could get into that, but I want this toothy, hairy buzz. Bring it back, guys. Okay, is it weird to say I still like the bass Big Muff Pi? It's simpler. Sometimes adding all the knobs doesn't add a ton of value for me, but I did like that slap tone that I could get easily out of this. Okay, now I'm gonna push both of these pedals through a full mix with big drums, with guitars and other tones, because that's where the real story comes out. I built a banger for this one, like real stadium chanty, something that we want to cut through with fuzz. Okay, bass Big Muff Pi, feeling good. Let's try the Big Muff and let's dial in the fat tone with a little more gate. Whoa.
Whoa, 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 hey.
Pretty different. It's the same core fuzz tone. They're definitely siblings, and I feel that in the DNA. And now I'm really starting to take to the Deluxe Big Muff. I know I'm into the fuzz pedal when I start this stuff. I think I could push it further into different types of songs, drum beats, and sounds versus the Big Muff. I might love the Big Muff for that one song live in the set that needs it. Okay, quick test from a different bass for your ears. This is a jazz bass with flat wounds on it. Got some clean tone. Here's some bass Big Muff Pi. This is the tone. This was my main bass for the first 10 years, the jazz with the flats. And that pedal was always on the board, so I am teleporting back in time. Similar tone on the Deluxe. I keep playing longer on the Deluxe, which is telling me something. Love how it sounds with flats. Let's quickly hear it in the mix. I love this bass cranked through the Deluxe Big Muff with some of those knobs way up. It's like fuzzy funk. Here's my reaction. They start out sounding almost super similar. You could really match the tone of the Big Muff Pi. I can't stop going because you can go deeper and get some of that mid fuzz raw tone to come through, and it becomes more melodic to me or something. So this is where the decision point really lies with these two pedals. If you want that classic straightforward fuzz tone in a simple box, the standard pedal does that perfectly well. But if you care about control and clarity and flexibility, especially if you're blending fuzz into super modern mixes, or playing in genres where the low end has to stay super tight and big. I can also feel with playing with the high pass and low pass filters, and just generally some of the tone knobs, that I can retain low end in the way that I love to. Let me know in the comments which Big Muff pedal you guys like, or if I should try a different fuzz altogether. It's like the original on steroids. Can we still say steroids? I can retain low end in the way that I love to. In the way that we need to as bass players.